What type of engineer are you?
I'm a mechanical engineer, and I've been a mechanical engineer now for the last 30 years.
What do you do in your field of engineering?
Currently, I am Associate Head of Engineering at the University of South Wales. After I did my degree, I did a PhD at Cardiff University, and I worked in the steel industry for 5 years. And in my roles there, I was maintenance engineer and project engineer. And I left that job to come to the university and become a lecturer.
Which industries do you work closely with?
We work with the university. We work closely with all sorts of different industries. We have student placements and projects with many different types of industry. I've got a project currently running with the National Museum of Wales. We work with Tata Steel, Renishaw, Royal Mint, and over the last 20 years in the university I've worked with all different types of industry.
How did you get into engineering and why?
I went to an all-girls school, but I enjoyed maths and physics, but I felt doing a straight maths degree would be quite limiting. So I went and thought about it and looked at doing effectively an applied mathematics approach to things, which is how I found engineering.
What subjects did you take for GCSE and A-levels?
GCSE, I took loads. I've got 14 GCSEs, or O-levels as they were called. My A-levels were physics, chemistry and maths.
Did you know anything about engineering before you got into it?
At the end of lower six, I did a residential course with the Women in Engineering Society, and through that I made some decisions about was engineering for me and which type of engineering I wanted to end up doing.
What's the most interesting engineering job or course that you've done?
As a project engineer in the steel industry, I was project managing putting a huge tank 150 feet in the air, and that was quite an interesting job, and I learned an awful lot doing that job, and I think that set me on the road that I've extended as a mechanical engineer, because one of the other elements that I've got into is health and safety, and that's because doing that job, the sort of dangers in engineering became very apparent.
Do you see yourself working in engineering in 10 years' time?
That's a tricky one at my age, but yes, generally I would. I can't really see me changing career at this point. However, the opportunities for engineers are vast.
Where would you suggest for young people to find more information about engineering?
What is positive at the moment is there's so much information on the web. The Institution of Mechanical Engineers, the Royal Academy of Engineering, all these are out there trying to deliver interest to school children in engineering. Similarly, we've got initiatives like STEM Cymru that are sort of integrating school and the world of engineering.
Why do you think there are more male engineers than female in general?
I don't know. I find that a very difficult one because I've never felt held back by my gender in engineering at all. And most engineering jobs are based around not picking up heavy things or doing heavy physical work. Most engineering jobs are now, as they were before, at the engineering level, very, very based on your mathematical ability and your organisational ability.
What would you say is the female to male ratio in your branch of engineering?
I believe it is something like 7% of female engineers.
How would you suggest that more females get into engineering?
It is through doing the appropriate subjects at school, and then obviously following the appropriate subjects into university. Similarly, one of the big thrusts that have come out lately is the apprenticeship schemes as well. And again, the range of activities and organisations and industries you can go into go from developing sports equipment all the way through to building oil rigs and anything you want to think of in between.